And I'm so excited because I did ask for permission. Sometimes I have visitations and I can't share with everybody. Um, but this one I was given permission to share. And so what that means for me is that if you're watching this video, it's for you. The message is also for you. If you are in here, this message is for you. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm going to start. Okay, I want to make sure Miss Dr. I can't start out Dr. Hanyon being in here. I see her in here, so yay. All right, so this is my granddaughter. She's on my side today, uh, and I'm just happy that she's here. Somewhere, I'm going to get started with this visitation. So if you're on Facebook and you want to join us, just click the link to come in. I cannot see the comments. I don't have my hands on any phone or anything, so I can't see the comments. But you still can comment, and I may come back a little bit later and answer them, or try to grab my phone and see afterwards. Somewhere around 5 o'clock this morning, or 5 o'clock this a.m., the spirit came in and woke me up. And some of you know that I have some very severe, or have been diagnosed with having some very severe health issues, terminal sicknesses. And you guys know that I am currently increasing my will to live. Anytime you get, sick, it's because you decided to. So I recognize that. So I've been doing a lot of healing and, increasing my desire to live. Anyway, I was laying in my bed, and all of a sudden, all these angels started coming into my room, and they were surrounding my bed. They came in, and I just looked, and they were just all forming around my bed. And they felt so beautiful, so amazing. And I just remember looking around, and I said, "Are y'all here to take me home? Like, is this it for me? Are y'all coming to get me?" Um, and they said, "No, we're not here to get you. We're not here to take you home." I said, "Oh, okay." So I just relaxed, and I was just wondering, like, okay, well, if you're not here to get me, to take me home, what are you here for? So I just kind of enjoyed the feeling of them being here. And they were doing something, but I just couldn't tell what they were doing. But I could feel, like, I could feel it moving. And then they started to leave out. They began to leave out, one by one. And I said, "No, where you going? I don't want you to leave." And about half of them left, and the other half stayed. And I said, I'm glad that you guys are here. I don't know why you're here, but it just feels good that you're here. And in that moment, I had this brief vision of me sitting in a bed in this beautiful home, and someone was coming through the door to bring me breakfast on a tray. And they had the tray on the bed, and I got up to eat my breakfast. And all of us in the house were being served breakfast. And it felt rich. It felt like luxury. And immediately I said, "No, no, 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 get that out of your head. That's not even gonna happen to you. Like, what are you doing? Why are you thinking that with all these angels around? You need to be paying attention to the angels that are in here. What are you doing? Why are you going there?" And I shook my head. I was like, "Oh, get out of here." So I began to just shake. My body began to shake. And one of the angels came, sat down and grabbed my hand, and I was shaking. Anytime I go into a healing session where someone is doing healing on me, I will do like this because the energy is moving out of my body and I can feel it and I just allow it to flow. So I'll move like this. And then, so something, sometimes my hands will shake. And that's what was happening. So I recognized it because that's a cleansing. So as the angel was holding my hand and I was cleansing and releasing, I felt I felt good that it came to withdraw that energy. And I saw it moving. And then I saw death. And normally when I see death, it's very angry. It talks very angry, but it didn't talk very angry this time. It just kind of like, no, like I want to stay, but I feel you moving me out. No. So I was like, well, you gotta go. You gotta go. So it took a large portion, didn't take it, and it did not remove it 100%, but it removed it a large degree that I could feel that years had been added to my life, right? I'll say that a different way later, but that's the best form of words I can use to describe it. I felt my years being restored, or death, my desire to die being released. And it said, okay, I gotta go now so I can release this, okay? And let my hand go, and it went out. And then I had all these beautiful messages that I've already called most of the people and told them the messages that I got for them. After I received all of these messages, these were all beautiful spiritual messages from God, from the divine. After I received the messages, I rested and I told the angels that were there, I really don't want you to go because I really love this. You guys feel amazing. Can you please just stay a little while longer? Because I know that once they gave me the messages, the visitation would be over. So I said, can you please stay? Just stay a little bit longer. And then I had this amazing energy come to me. You guys have heard me talk about anew, but this wasn't anew. When it came to me, I said, you are not anew. I said, who are you? Because I wanted to know before I entertained it who it was. And it said to me, I am the God of money. It would say that to me so that I could identify who it is for people who may be trying to say, oh, there's so many gods. There's only one God with many attributes. And so this was the attribute of money. And it said, I am the God of money. And I said, okay, I will open up and I will allow you to use my vessel. And it came and it began to speak whatever language it speaks. And I record, and you guys have seen me do this. I'll begin to write what they're saying. And the first thing that it said to me was, you need to be ready and prepared to accept the wealth that you've asked for, the wealth that you speak about. You need to be ready to receive that wealth because that wealth belongs to you. It's yours. But I can't give it to you or allow you to experience it if you don't know how to accept it. And he said to me, or it said to me, that vision that you had, you see how you just dismissed it out of your head and said, no, it's not going to be that good for me. That part right there is what I have a problem with. Because as long as you go, no, it's not going to be that good, then it won't be. it's time for you to accept the massive amount of money that you are allowed to have in this space. And it said to me, can you give me that green book right there?
You wrote it in my green book?
I did. Sorry.
It's
Grandma
okay.
gave it to me. She know I needed to write. It said to me, you can have it all. This, what I'm offering, seems too good to be true to you. So you have to start knowing it is true so you can receive it. I can't give you something past what you believe you can have. I can't give you something past what you know you can have. You have to break that so I can deliver. And I said, wow, that's amazing. I'm just going to repeat that because it meant so much to hear. But I know that if you're listening, it should mean so much for you to hear because I was given permission to share this. And I'm not very often given permission to share, which means that this message is for you too. It is my job to accept this wealth like never before because it's mine. It belongs to me. And if I don't accept it, I cannot have it. If you do not accept it, you cannot have it. This is so powerful. So I recalled my good girlfriend, Dr. Nicole, to share with her this. I said, I can't wait to show you the message. And her question to me was, do you remember your question, Dr. Nicole?
I do. The question was, why is it hard to accept that you can have that life? Why is it hard to see yourself being served and having that type of wealth?
And I'm just not going to answer that question because I said let's save that for when we go live today. And it was so interesting because the very first person that I thought of when they came to me and said that was Dr. Nicole. If you guys have ever heard me talk about my wealth story, you've heard me mention her name several times. Because in the process of restoring my wealth, she had to appear in my life to show me that expecting something that I never expected should be something I should expect. That sounds crazy. But she would often bring different realities to me that I had never thought of, let alone give myself permission to believe that it could be for me. And so, in the process of restoring my wealth, when this came up in terms of this happening, and I had to learn to release the belief that this cannot happen for me, I had to release that. She was the first person to came up, and she was the first person that called. And so that question Why don't I believe that? I have to explore. So you guys are just going to be in here while I do some of this work. Because when this spirit said to me, I can't give you something past what you believe or past what you know, I immediately allowed myself to feel the feeling of having it. So I did allow myself to have that feeling. So now I know what it feels like. But Dr. Nicole's question is still urgent, important, and relevant, because when or if that feeling ever goes away, I need to be able to fight it. I have to have something to fight with. I have to have a tool to fight against that if it tries to take that awareness away. I have to put on the full armor of God. So this is a part of my armor, knowing what took that away from me in the first place. And so when I think of why don't I see myself as being served? It's so interesting because I can see myself as being a server, like someone to serve someone else. And I find joy in serving others. But being served, I think that being served may have been attributed to being weak, or that I'm not strong. Although I don't feel that way about those that I serve, because those that I serve, I feel like they're the most amazing people, just don't know it yet. That's how I feel about them. But when I take the position, I feel like you can't be lazy. You got to get up and do it. You don't have time to sit around and do nothing. You got to get up and do something. You can't be lazy. You can't be sitting here. You got to get up and do it. And you don't have time. Like sometimes I say, you don't even have time to be sick. Get up. Like, no, you don't have time. So I think that comes from feeling like being lazy. Like that would mean that I'm lazier to some degree. And then I also think that the deepness of my father's womb. I love my father. I had the best father, and I wouldn't change him. But he's given me some really interesting programs to figure out. And one of the programs that he gave me was that women would often be dishonored by men. So when someone is serving me, it makes me feel like a queen, or it can make me feel special. And then so it will be quickly taken away with, you're not a queen, you're not special. Remember, your father taught you that you're this or you're that, not to be, men will honor you. Although my dad, to the best of his ability, honored me. He gave me some crazy teachings, but he didn't know they were crazy when he gave them to me. So he really did honor me. So I think that plays a part. And then I think that other people's belief about money, that you think you're something because you got money. You think you this because you got money, or you're the devil because you got money, or you're not holy because you got money, like all of that silly shit, um, can have a play in that. So I think that to answer that question, it would be other people's stuff. Because you guys know that when I first came on Facebook, I was bombarded by people with that mess. Because that was a part of me that I needed to heal from. She just wants money. She just wants money. Everything is about money when it was so not about money. And I think that's a part of it. And sorry, my internet, I don't know what happened, but it just did something funky. But I think that those are the things that play a part in why I felt that way. Yeah.
Do you still believe that money is evil?
No. Mm-mm. No, I don't believe that money is evil. Um, I've never believed that money was evil, but I did believe that money meant I couldn't be close to God because that's what was told to me. It's almost like they glorified being broke, and that meant you was your brokenness meant you were close to God. And I've done a great job in healing in that area, and I'm proud of the work that I've done. I don't believe that I will ever recover from anything because I am all things. The only thing I can do is bring things down to a level where they're undetectable. And I don't believe that I brought that down to a level that is undetectable. But I got to.
I have a question about the original question. And the original question is, why is it hard to see yourself being served? And the
Yeah, I think I was.
question is, when you explore service in general, different types of serving, do you believe that there's honor in all kinds of service?
Yeah, I believe that there's honor in all service, except for when it's being done to me.
Do you think that there is a difference in the service that you give to others and then when it is returned and others then give you service?
Do I think, what's the question? I'm sorry, I missed it.
Do you think that there is a difference between when you give other service and when you're in service to others, and then when it is turned around and then given to you? Is there a difference in the service,
Ashay.
or is it all service?
I think that I think that when I give the service and when someone else is receiving it, we're in an honorable space. I think that, and I can receive some services, not all, but I can receive some services and maintain the honor position as it relates to duality. But then there are sometimes if someone's serving me, it will make me attach it to being lazy or being not worth it, or
Okay.
somebody else's opinion. She don't deserve to be served. Who she thinks she is? So I have those three things that will show up in certain scenarios.
Do you feel that way when you go to the restaurant?
No.
Are you being served?
Yes.
You're being served. So how does that feel? So when you go to the restaurant and you order and then you have a server and she comes and she waits on you, how does that feel?
So it's funny that you asked me this question because you and I go out to eat all the damn time. And I watch how you do it and I go, ah, she is crazy. But you do a lot of stuff that I go, ah, her ass is crazy. And then I realize that her ass ain't crazy. So like we can go to the restaurant. I will not run my waitress to death. If she didn't bring it to me and I need it, I just won't bother her with it. But you do. You'll be like, you forgot the ketchup. You didn't bring me my sauce. You forgot to bring me this. I still need that. And I'll be like, she gonna run that damn waitress to death and she gonna probably spit in our food. I hope she don't spit in mine, you know. You asked the question, I'm telling you the truth. So when I go to the restaurant, I don't mind being served to some degree, but I mean, I don't mind being served, but I just don't want to run her to, like, I don't want to ask for too much.
That's crazy because we never talked about that. This is like great because we usually talk about everything.
No, I've never talked about that.
I love. Okay, that's great. That's so great to know though, because it makes so much sense. So let me ask you another question. Have you ever met a server in that capacity that absolutely loved what they do? You could feel it coming from their being that they were happy in what they were doing, like it gave them joy. Have you ever experienced that?
In the restaurant, or you mean just period?
Period.
Okay. So like yes, I have. When you came over, oh, I want to try not to cry. When you came over to do the just the energy healing, I knew that you loved doing the energy healing, and I knew that you loved doing it for me. And I received it, and it was very good. So I have experienced it before, and it's foreign to me to experience that because normally, either in a godly good way, I'm serving, or someone expecting me to do something that's in a non-godly good way, but I'm still serving. So when you did this for me, I think I might have told you this feels foreign, but it feels foreign, but it was beautiful. So I have experienced it.
Yeah, it's crazy that you say that. I remember a conversation. Can I talk openly?
Yes, yes.
I remember a conversation that we had, and I know for the first couple of times it was like a fight with you, an inner fight to even receive it. to receive what was being offered. It was a fight. You had to go in and really fight to even receive it. So I understand exactly where that could be an issue.
Yes.
So then the question becomes, are you willing to allow yourself to explore that there is not only honor, but joy to others to give service just as
Mm.
well as it brings you joy and honor to give your service? Because we all can serve in different capacities and we're all meant to serve in different capacities. So, are you willing to allow yourself a space to explore somebody, or there are people that believe or feel or experience joy in that capacity of serving, and that is their give back, just like it is in your capacity of serving. The way that you serve is your give back and it brings you joy and honor. That is their way of giving back and it brings them joy and honor.
Mm. Um, this brings up this brings up some feelings in me that I think I probably need to deal with. And do I believe that people can serve me and be in a space of love like I do? I do not believe that I've ever believed that. This is really good because I'm not the only one. You know what I mean? On on earth that is supposed to, serve others. And I think that I've been living in a space where only I can do that. Only I'm like that. I'm the only one that's like that. And that's a horrible place to live because it takes away my ability to even receive it back because we reap what we sow. And I can't reap that if I believe I'm the only one that can do it. And you guys know that I have this guy friend of mine that's teaching me so much. And I just finished telling him that you got to stop thinking that everyone is the people who have hurt you in the past. There are other kinds of people in the world that won't. So I know that whenever I'm talking to you, it's applicable to me too. So this is where it's applicable to me because I'm living thinking that there's no one in the world like me. But that's not true. There are more people in the world like me than I realize, but I can't experience them living in the state that they don't. So I have to teach myself to expect it in the purest form. That's my ego. you know, um, yeah, that's my ego. I mean, it's doing its job. It's trying to protect me, but it's not protecting me. It's hurting me right now. So, yes, I have lived thinking that I am the best person in the whole world, and no one will, no one will treat me as kind as I treat others. That's some shit for your ass. But I will tell my shit.
I'm going to give you a visual that I think you can relate to because it just popped up, and I think it felt so good to even think it. And I think you've experienced, because I know you're an empath and I know you can feel everything. So when y'all, my daughter is a chef, and when I say this chicken cook her tail off, oh my God, she can cook like she took the whole family cooked, but she took it and turned it into a whole nother level. Okay. So when I watch her cook, she's so happy. I mean, she feels good. She loves what she does. She enjoys it so much that it comes through in her food ridiculously. And you can feel all the love and the joy that she has from doing what she do, from doing her thing. And I know you've ate her food before.
Yes, Lord.
I know that you could feel all the love and all the joy that came from cooking it.
Yes.
If we couldn't accept her service to us, then it cuts off her joy from what she does. She loves doing it. That is what brings her joy. That is her purpose. You know, she's found her purpose. What if we didn't allow her to do it? That would then cut off what she was put here to do and what brings her the ultimate joy in experiencing that. So
Ashe.
I say that to say there are some people that are just like we're put on the earth to serve in our ways. There's so many different ways to serve. And it is opening up to accept the fact that that's their service. That is what they, feel the most joy in offering. That's their offering. You know what I mean?
Ashe.
So it blesses them. I never forget my father said he wanted to give me something. I said, "You sure?" He said, "Don't you ask me if I'm sure." You know, like, don't cut off my blessings. I want to bless you. Don't cut my blessings off by not accepting the blessing. You know, so it's almost like being able to receive their offering, because that's their offering to us, just as well as our offering is our service to others. That's our offering to them, and it feels good to us. Like, it felt good for me to come and to give, to do what I do. That lights my spirit. It just sets me on fire. I love doing what I do. And everybody who knows you know that you love doing what you do. You, like, everything in you just lights up in the fire. And there is no different in their offering to us, whether it be them serving us, whether it be them cooking for us, whether it be somebody who loves to clean and that's their thing. Like, it lights their soul on fire to come and clean everything and then look at their work and say, "Yes, I did it. Like, this is me. This is what I do." You know what I mean?
Right.
That is their service. So for
Ashe.
us to be able to accept it is a blessing to them and also a blessing to us. It blesses us all.
Ashe. Ashe. Yeah, I like that. I like that. So I can enjoy that if I remove. I'm the only one who's good at this stuff. I have to remove that to enjoy that. And I got to do that. Yeah.
So what's something that you remember? So like if you had to remind yourself of that, what is the best way to remind yourself of that during that time? Like for me, because I'm an empath too, I can feel their joy and I'd be like, yes, love it. Like I'm enjoying being served as they are enjoying serving me. Like we all happy, this thing works.
I say. Yeah, allow myself to live in that reality. Like I like that reality. Like that's a reality. And to allow myself to live in that reality, I have to kill the ego that says only I'm that good. Because that's where I've been living. And that's a horrible place to live. That realization is just, I'm just now having this realization. or I may have had this realization, but this is the first time I'm addressing this realization in an effort to repair it. Because this needs to be repaired. Because I'm not the only one in the world that's like that. And I have evidence of that because I've had the experience with you. You know, I have evidence of that because I've had the experience with my cousin who has uh, done things for me just out of love. You know, so I have people who my language. I don't want to piss anybody off. I'm learning to not give a about it. My love language is money. So I've had people send me money out of nowhere for no reason. And that's an act of kindness too. You know, that's also an act of kindness that I have evidence of. So I have evidence that people can can do it and have done it. So what I need to do when I have those moments is say to myself, you need to learn to receive. You're not the only person in the world that has a good heart. You're not the only person in the world that will do something kind for someone. You're not the only person in the world. You don't have the monopoly. My father used to say, you don't have the monopoly on that. So I'm going to say that to myself. I don't have the monopoly on that. I don't have the monopoly on that. And I need to release that because I'm not positioning myself to reap my harvest. I cannot reap my harvest thinking I'm the only one who can plant. I'm not the only one in the world that can plant. And I just have to have that self-talk very often. I am not the only one in the world who can plant a seed. Because I'm just going to say it again. I'm just going to do my work because living in that space takes away me reaping what I sow. So if I'm sitting here wondering why I don't have my shit, it's because I'm in the way of getting my shit because I'm the one who thinks I'm the only one that can do something. I'm not the only person in the world that can do something. There are other people out here who can plant their seed. And if I don't let them plant their seed, how am I going to get mine back? I can't get mine back living in that space. or thinking I'm so good, I'm the only one that can do it. And I'm not going to do that anymore because I want to reap my harvest. I have done good in this world. I have done so good in this world. And it's time for me to get it back. And I can't get it back thinking I'm the only one who does good in this world. That's how I trap myself. That's how the devil gets his way. Because he gets in my head and say, I'm the only one, but I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. So I'm going to start expecting to harness someone else's seed and help grow their seed. Because I've been the water, I've been the ground, I've been the sun. So for others. So now it's time for me to do the same thing on the flip side.
Yes. Yes.
I can't get my rewards in this position. I can't get my rewards in this position. So I've been like, God, what are you doing? Like, where's my stuff? And it's never God. It's never God. It's never God. But I do ask so that I can get the answer. So that God can bring me to the place of getting the answer. Where's my shit? I said, I got rid of thinking that I have to be poor to love you. I don't think that anymore. I'm not giving to people so that they will like me. Like these are some of the things that I had that were, that are not positive things. And so when I say I'm not in that space, I mean, I'm always going to have that space because I have all things in me, but I do have them limited to a degree that I'm proud of myself and that I should be able to reap some of the benefits of the work that I've done. So I'm like, okay, well, I've done all this work, Joe. Where's my shit? And so here it is. Me. It's always me. It's never God. God never fails. If I ask, it's there. It never fails. I'm the only one that can fail. So this is the answer to that prayer. You, lady, again, anyway, as you do, thinking that I only created one good being like you. There are other good people on this planet waiting to do what you do to you.
In many different ways. That's the beautiful part. In many different ways. It never comes back the way we give it. Like if you think about everything that you've given, it never comes back from the same person. It always comes back from somebody else in so many different ways. So, but can I give you your good news back now that you're here?
Yeah.
You never lose it.
Yes,
Your
this is
harvest
good.
is still waiting for you. Like your harvest is right there, is waiting for you. You don't lose it. So it's a beautiful thing. It's just time to reap it. It's just time to open up and say, okay, I receive it. I get it. I'm ready. Like it's just that. It's waiting right there for you. You've never lost it. So the beauty is you don't lose nothing. You don't lose nothing. It's just simply, coming to the revelation you just came to for yourself and then saying, hey, I receive it. I got it. It's waiting for you. As your angel just told you, I'm ready for you. What's up?
Ashe. Ashe. This was really good. This is really good. I'm going to say one thing and then I'm going to open it up for anybody who wants to share something or ask a question. Thank you, Dr. Nicole. Stay with me though, but thank you so much for this. just means a lot to me. Um, one of the messages that the Spirit gave me was, and it was so beautiful. You just can't make this stuff up. It said to me, some of you know my story. I'll just say this. I'll just share this one part of the story, but it's applicable. Um, when the housing market crashed, I used to have a mortgage company, and when the market crashed, it affected me a great deal. But I was still able to stay in my home like 9 years without paying a mortgage. So I always go, God showed me that there was another way of living besides money. I had to learn the flip side of that, that I can live without money and God will still take care of it. Um, I never, I mean, I've always fully appreciated that space. Um, but I've recently been asking for a different space. And that space is, okay, well, let me go buy me a house in cash and I'm good with that. So uh, the Spirit gave me this message to me, and it said, the space that you've been standing in no longer belongs to you. I'm going to give this, somebody else needs the space that you're standing in. And so you're going to have to get out of this space and go to the next space. The next space is what we're describing now, just luxury, um, service, having everything I want, which includes having enough money to help somebody else, several others, several somebody else's. And I can't achieve that space being in this space where Spirit is the one sustaining me. Although this is a beautiful place and I give honor for it, I'm ready. I'm excited for Him to say, or God to say to me, I'm no longer going to sustain you the way that your mind has perceived sustainability. I'm going to now move you over to your overflow, which is beyond sustaining. So, yes, I have taken care of everything you need. You've not wanted for much. You've not wanted for anything, really. But you have a desire for more. And so now that you have a desire for more, I'm moving you to your more. You can no longer stay in your regular sustained state. We must now go to your overflow state. So this position doesn't belong to you anymore. And I said, okay, I get it. And it was beautiful because I've always said that um, God, I love you for taking care of me. Some people would look at me and go, you dishonorable. You live in your house for 9 years and you ain't paying no rent. You just dishonorable and out of order. They would say that in their mind. And I would totally get why they say that. But my relationship with you has been you telling me, Sid, I didn't tell you to go nowhere. I'll do this. I'll take care of this. And so I have had to learn how to find honor in God taking care of me. And not so much as being, oh, wow, shit, that hit. Oh, Jesus. I had to find honor in God taking care of me because I was a millionaire already. So I knew I could take care of me by my craft, by my gifts. So I always could know I could take care of me. But when you have to remove the illusion that it's you doing it and put me in a position where I know who's doing it, is what was happening with me in those 9 years. I'm doing this, not you, not your skills, not your smartness, not your wisdom, none of that, baby, because I want to remove your how, because you think that's how you're getting it. That's not how you're getting it. I'm how you're getting it. I am the how. So I've been looking for the honor in that space to the degree that I could rejoice about it. Oh, I'm rejoicing right now about it because I just got it. So now Spirit is saying, now that you've learned that I am the how, I can put you over here in this category that's going to blow your mind because you didn't do nothing to get this. You did absolutely nothing to get what I'm getting ready to give you. You've done nothing to get what I'm getting ready to give you. And I would not even be able to rejoice in that had I not had the 9 years of God doing it for me. That part right there. That part right there. So I have honor in my 9 years I live for free. Yeah, yeah. And probably many people are in that space now due to COVID. You know, a lot of people are in that space right now during the COVID. So it's been done on a massive level there. I hope everybody get it. I got mine. I hope you get yours. Because that's beautiful to be in the space of realization that God has taken care of everything. I didn't call you boo. Yeah. I hope that exactly. I hope that people realize that this is God doing. I say so. I'm open. I'm not on Facebook, so I don't know if any questions are there or if anybody is even watching. Huh?
Okay,
Yes.
you
Yes.
are freaking amazing. Sorry, we in the car together listening to the same, me and my mom. But let me tell you, you are really amazing, and this is so in alignment. I haven't been in a group lately because I've been doing this thing where I've been elevating my vibration, and elevating my vibration is helping me to be able to. I've always given, but it's hard for me to receive. And one of the things that God was just talking to me about was, if you want to receive, if you want to be in the position to receive, you have to open up. In order to open up, you need to elevate. So I literally, this is my 3rd day now. I ain't been perfect on it, but I've been eating foods that elevate my vibrations through my chakras. And it has changed how I've been feeling, how I look, my presence, everything. From the time I came to Atlanta earlier this week to now, it's a major difference in my mood, my energy, everything. So the angels visiting you, yes, this is alignment, because we're here. Like, we're here to talk about next level-ish, rich-ish. This is it. This is freaking it. Like, yes, I'm so happy that you are finally accepted your abundance, because we wouldn't be connected if you wasn't accepting your abundance. Because I'm rich. If my mother was in the car, I would say I'm a rich. Okay. So I love you, and just keep walking in it. Like, keep walking in it and believing it. If you believe that you're gonna be sitting at a table with $1 million just sitting on there, and people gonna be coming to serve you, and with no shirts on or whatever the case may be, then that's what it is, because that's what you desire. It is now time for us to get what we desire. We deserve it. You've been through a lot. We've been through a lot. It's our time. So I love you, and that's just my message for you. Just keep walking in it. Like, you got this, Dr. New. And I'm learning from you. So you got this.
Ashe. Ashe. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm gonna send you over this stuff, and it's called Elevate Your Vibration, and it's 3 days, and she focuses on the solar plex, the heart chakra, and a few other things, but it really, really elevates your vibration. I got
Ashe. 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 Thank you. I am forever the student. Thank you. Go ahead, Janice. Oh, Cheryl.
Hey, because I'm going into my 1 o'clock appointment to open up a trust fund so I can put my monies in there. But let me tell you this. You were speaking about me. You were speaking to me, and all of your issues have been mine as far as the thought of money and not accepting people serving me. Man, y'all don't understand. Like you talk about not paying mortgage for mine was 7 years. You know, we go back on that same thing, right? I got to get my map real quick because we're on our way. But we go on that same issue. Mine was 7 years where I didn't pay a mortgage. And, you know, we knew about all of those rules that we could use to get out of paying mortgage because it was legit. So people not going to understand it because they don't know about the laws. And so anyway, but since then, I have still been living free, but I've looked at it as when people were helping me, I looked at it as I was in my low life, experiencing my lowest part of life, when not even understanding that this was God preparing me to get used to being served. How you like me now? I never even thought of it that way. These people, I have been, same thing, same thought process. I'm the only one. People come to me when they need help. I can help them out. They know it. I have been helping people ever since I had a professional job, and that's been like 30 something years. And so when I needed help and I had to be served, I was like, oh no, I'm not supposed to be in this position. This ain't supposed to be happening to me. So my pride, my ego, you know how we do. I'm relating to all that you were saying. And so now it's like, oh my God, he's prepared. God is Yah. It's preparing me to be served. And I was looking at it as something bad. Woo! I'm so glad. Dr. Nicole, girl, you on the money, honey. Ow! I'm so glad. Why are we having this on my way to open up a trust fund? And you know, when you make money, the rich people, they don't open up stuff in their name. They don't buy stuff in their name. They buy it in their trust fund, in their trust account. So yes, honey, thank you. So now it's like I'm on my way to the bank, not knowing we were having this session, which I needed because I didn't realize I was telling the angel, I ain't ready for your abundance that you ready to pour down through these portals. Even though I was just writing down yesterday my financial blessings that I'm going to be receiving, yet my mindset wasn't prepared. Now this, oh my God, this ain't nothing but coming into alignment. Because I was like, do not allow me to not be aligned. I want to be aligned. Not knowing that I was making myself unaligned. I mean, I knew it, but I just didn't know how. Now I know how. So all that to say, this has been such a blessing. Y'all got to open up some trust accounts because you're going to, this type of wealth, you don't open up in your name. You got to get an EIN number and you got to have it where you can write things off. That's why, you have more to write off when you're getting all this wealth, because otherwise you're going to be taxed heavily. Just so you know. Oh man, it's not charging. My phone. Yeah. I think I'm still on.
Yeah, you want.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
are.
so all that to say that's where I'm on my way to go do, to open up this trust account. And so that when the abundance does come, my name ain't on nothing. My trust account is. And with
I
the
see.
EIN, I already got everything set up. And so thank you, Dr. Anu, for being so open, because you were helping me to heal. Because I was looking at me like, wait a minute, she sound like you speaking my thoughts. You speaking my situations and all of that. So thank you for being open and transparent. Thank you, Dr. Nicole, for asking all those right questions, because I never thought about the way that I'm living currently. I'm actually being served, and I was rejecting that. So thank y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and be quiet and let everybody else speak, but this was on time.
I say. Thank you. Thank you. I love it. I love it. It's Dr. Janice and then Marsha. I love it. And do not be shy if you have anything to say. This is good. I love sharing, because I know that it feels good to heal with you guys. And I always am hoping that it's helping somebody else too. So thank you for sharing. Dr. Janice.
Hi, Dr. Sherelle. I was going I was gonna call you today to check up on you, see how you doing. So I'm saying Sherelle.
Sherelle.
Cheryl. Oh my goodness. I got in the middle part of this, and so I'm gonna have to listen to it again because I know there's some gems in here. But I got a question. The part that I came in on, it just kind of put me in remembrance of what the Spirit told me years ago when I came off my job, right? I mean, and I knew that He told me to come off my job. And He told me that you're not going to have to worry about a thing. You're not going to miss a beat. You don't have to worry about losing your home. Don't worry about anything. And when I was still in that state, I still had some money, from coming off my job. But when it ran out, I forgot what He had said, and I got back into a space where I was trying to satisfy the how. So I guess my question is, that was spoken years ago to me. Am I to still stand in that? That still reverberates in my life, correct? I mean, because if that was said back then, it's still applicable now, right? Because we are in this period of time now where we are in the overflow. And because I am connected to this amazing tribe, and I'm now understanding a lot of things, I mean, that proclamation, that word, that whatever, I can still stand in right now, right?
I say. I love that. My answer is going to be heck yeah, because when the market crashed, when I walked through the door of my house, I kind of got a message, something similar to that. And when the market crashed, I could survive about a year and a half, 2 years off of my savings. The Spirit said, don't worry. And so I was like, okay. And I was like, in my mind, I was like, okay, I got almost 2 years, so I'm good. So when 2 years came, I didn't have it no more. And then that statement that God had the money, it didn't require me to stand on what God said. Because I knew I was good. He didn't have to tell me that. I knew I was good. I had the money in the bank. I didn't have to go back to that saying until the money ran out. Then I had to remember, God said, don't worry. So don't worry. But it's easy to say, don't worry to me when I got 2 years in the bank. I mean, okay, whatever. But when that money ran out, That's what I had to stand on. God said, don't worry. And I had to not worry for 7 years.
I didn't take it. I didn't carry that. I got afraid. Okay. I allowed fear to come in. And, but I'm just believing that it still stands. It just still stands because pivotal moves are being made, you know, and there's no, you know, I'm just kind of like, okay, this way, okay, this way, okay. So it still stands. I'm just gonna walk in that. It just still stands, you know, it doesn't return void. You know, what was said before, I may not have had a clear understanding of it, but I have a clear understanding of it now because of what you said today. I mean, when you said that, it just clicked in me. So it still stands. It still stands.
It still stands.
Not gonna miss a beat. Not gonna miss a beat.
Not no beat. No. It stands until he said, "I'll be back no more. You on your own." And I hadn't ever heard that. Go ahead, Nicole. Yeah, go ahead.
Y'all, I ain't trying to preach, but that was everything in my spirit. That was just everything in my spirit. Dr. Janice, not only can you stand on that, but when I moved into this house, I didn't have no money. Some of y'all have heard this story. I didn't have any money. And my request, I put a request in. God wasn't telling me like he was telling y'all now. If God gonna tell me, I know I can stand on that all day long. But I asked, my request was, if she allows me to have this house, don't ever let her rent go without being paid. And I'm 4 years in. I ain't had a job for 2, 3 of them years. 2 or 3 of them years. Her rent has never gone without being paid and paid on time. So not only can you stand on what God tells you at any time, but you can request it and stand on it. I just got to say that. I just got to say it. You can stand on when you even request it. And if you don't doubt it and you just know that it is because you made that request, it's already done. It already is. You'll never have to worry about it. You don't ever have to doubt it. You can always stand on it. I'm done. I'm going to go back over here and just try to simmer it down. Y'all done got me all hyped.
We hyped up in here. Hype. Marsha.
And I'm in here cooking and seasoning up meat, and I'm screaming, yes! Yeah, look, I got a knife in the hand. I got a little thing. I'm mashing up. Listen, I'm in here. My phone died. I ran in and got the computer. I'm running back to the room. Look, I'm trying to change the diet, y'all, but look, can you see it? I'm seasoning up some pork shoulder. I'm about to make some grill for the people. But listen, Dr. Anu, I got to run back to my notebook because it's in the room. Okay. So while you were talking, I was writing, right? And Dr. Nicole, like, you started asking questions, and it was like what was written on my paper, right? Because what Spirit was downloading to me was the same thing you said to me, Dr. Anu. Like, I gotta release myself from other people's opinions. You have to, you're in another level of releasing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had to release that opinion of people judging you because you have come to that place. And then Spirit said to me that you served, and other people serving you is Spirit's way of confirming and affirming that you're doing your job. So like Dr. Nicole said it, like, you gotta let people do it, because I just found out there's people who is ordained for what they do. Me, I'm done with the cleaning of my house. Okay, I'm done with that. It's just too much. I got too much stuff going on. So I'm not doing it no more. Right. So it was crazy. But somebody said to me, like, honey, there are people who clean houses and that's what they want to do. And they love it. So I said, you know what, Spirit, I'm going to wait. You're going to send somebody that's going to come in here and deal with this, because I'm not yelling and screaming at my children. You understand what I'm saying? And I get it. You feel me? Like, they're a little bit spoiled. It's kind of my fault too. You know what I'm saying? So We all like here because spirit is moving us into another level where we have to, not worry about other people doing things for us. And you're right there, Dr. Anu. Thank you so much. Dr. Nicole, thank you so much. You got this. You gotta let them serve. You got it. You done did the work. You done put in all them checks. You done put in all them checks. And then now it's time to cash in. You hear me? You got to cash in. And I'm excited, y'all, because I'm coming in, right? And let me tell you, I got a little something too. So for the past 2.5 years, the government kind of been taking care of me, and I'm not really proud of that, right? But I went through a situation with my family because we were, I was coming from the islands in the Caribbean. You gotta kind of stay with your parents. Like they don't kick you out and tell you to go they make you stay in the house, especially if you're a girl. You ain't going nowhere until somebody marry you and make you an honest woman, right? So I left home very early at 18. I joined the military to get away. So we were back together, but spirit was like, in order for me to do what I need to do with you, you got to get away from your parents. And I'm like, but what does that mean? And it was a forced separation. My mom's house was stolen from her and money was taken. It's crazy. But now fast forward to right now, I'm waiting on the signature. I got the approval for that apartment thing I was telling y'all. They literally, like Dr. Nicole, you said, I was like, okay, I'm going back to Parkland because I'm getting the NAACP on that attorney that stole from my parents. I'm going to get their house back. And so first step is for me to move there. I called today and lady was like, I'm waiting on 2 more signatures. And we did get the commitment letter. They're paying. Remember I told y'all they're going to pay all the money for me to move in, and that extra money, because it's 2 different agencies, it's going to cover my portion of the rent because I'm a disabled veteran and I got housing 2 years ago to help me. So for 2021, oh my God, I'm not paying no. And then this house that y'all see we in, this house, spirit told me to kick my husband out last year in March. Said, kick him out. And I said, okay, I kicked him out. And by the grace of God, there was a man who owned the barbershop he worked at. This house we living in, he had an empty house. He said, I don't know if I'm gonna let it go into foreclosure. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But brother, go and stay here. I know how it is when you and your wife going through something. And God rest his soul. But the man ended up passing away last year in May and left him in this house. Spirit made me come back to my husband in October. And I said, no, I'm happy. I don't want to come back. God said, go back. When I got here, the house, the association wouldn't pay. I got some real estate smartness. So I came in and I took care of the association. They stopped foreclosures in Florida. So the house, they can't foreclose. The son, I asked Spirit, I said, Spirit, I'm doing so much, right? I need that son to put a letter to say he don't want this house because it's a probate situation. I went just to check to make sure the attorneys pulled the foreclosure notice off January 8th. And January 4th, I didn't even know that man's son went and put a letter in Broward County Court saying that he don't want nothing to do with this property. His daddy ain't never took care of him. This is the only thing his daddy left. He don't want nothing to do with it. And he registered it. So now all I have to do, oh my God, is put in position and take that letter because I'm a veteran and get the VA loan. This house can be purchased. In South Florida, you will not find a 3-bedroom house in Coconut Creek for less than $400,000. This house we can assume for $220,000, okay? And it's sitting with 110 equity, Dr. Anu. Oh my God, so when you said in the next 6 months, you don't know how that made me feel. Because I'm like, yes, God, this is it. You brought me to them. They're helping me. Oh, my God. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. And Dr. Anu, you supposed to be served. Listen, I'm on my knees. You supposed to be served. Do you hear me? You are supposed to be served because it's not easy to do what you do. You deal with people like me, and I know everybody else seem nice, but y'all don't know me yet. But you deal like people like me, you feel what I'm saying? And you make it happen. So you accept your glory, queen. You rose to that levels to this. You know that. So you here. So accept it. I am. Yeah. And one more thing, and I'm gonna go. Dr. Cheryl left. the trust, right? Did y'all see when I put the thing about the land trust? I don't know what that is, but when I was working, because Spirit sat me down too, Dr. Anu. Haven't since COVID started, can't go get a job. Every time I try, make me sit down. Told me, no. You need to see something. You're always making it happen. You don't never trust me and let me do it. You're always in my way. So now you're gonna sit your tail down. You're not gonna do nothing. I don't do nothing, but everything is paid for. Like, I don't got no whole bunch of money in the bank account. I be looking at my phone like, how am I gonna do this? And then, and then my husband will come home and I made some oil for him, right? Spirit just had me made the oil, I mixed it. He said, I don't know what you put in that oil, but every time I put it up in my hand, he was like, the money, the customers just come in, my phone be ringing off the hook. He was like, yo, I'll think to myself, I want to make $2,000 today. And I'll make it. I'm like, really? He's like, that oil. I'm like, yes. So, oh my God, y'all, this is amazing. And please let me know about this land trust stuff, because I used to listen to the real estate investors, go sit down in their luncheons and just listen to what they're talking about and write notes. And I heard them saying, especially if you're going to do LLC, used to be the way to go. But I think they've gone around the LLCs now. So that some of them were talking about land trust, that they're taking their money and they're putting it in actual land trust. I don't know what that is just yet. I remember them saying that those were millionaires. I ain't have no millions yet. So, but y'all millionaires. So here you go. I'm gonna be one in 6 months.
I love you too. I love you too. And thank you. Thank you. We are doing this. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for you guys. Naomi.
Girl, I've been sitting here. I was like, Dr. Nicole, that was so good. 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 And as you was talking, I got the message twofold. I got it about money because I'm currently, I was a massage therapist before. I am a massage therapist, but since COVID, I've been massaging and everything is paid for. I got extra money. Like I was living paycheck to next paycheck, like just barely making enough. I got money to invest now. Like it's blowing my mind, and I have not worked. This month make a year, and I have not worked. I have not gotten out of my bed. Like when I tell you I have money to invest, like I have money to put my daughter in ballet and not worry about it, and pay it up for the year, and not like we taking vacations and not worried about it. But I also got it as far as relationships and friendships, where I had this idea that I was the only one who could be a loyal friend or a loyal partner or a loyal lover. And that's just not true. That's just not true. Like people can give me what I give back. Like I can reap all that I've been sowing. In relationships, like in friendships with my girlfriends, with my boyfriend, like I can have that back. And that to me, when I tell you God has been working on me with balance, that's been my lesson for the last 6 months. Balance. You give it too much, you give what you receive. You're supposed to receive as much as you're giving. This has hit it on the head for me, where that balance it's a whole nother level. Like it's a whole nother, like I can see it differently. Like I'm looking at scales and they're even now. Because even when God was talking to me, I'm like, okay, well, this is as close to balance as I've gotten. I didn't even know I could get this far. And God is like, nope, that's still not it. So I'm so appreciative. I thank y'all for this space. Thank you. Dr. Nicole, that message today, as you was talking, I was like, ooh, tell her this, Dr. Nicole. Dr. Nicole was right on. I was like, yes. When she talked about, do you think you are the only one that can serve and be happy and you're blocking other people? I'm like, oh my gosh, like people who, my friends and family who I'm used to helping,
And I get such satisfaction out of helping other people. There are people around me who get that satisfaction out of helping me. And I've just been in the way, and I need to let them. So thank you guys.
I say. Good.
Dr. Anu,
Yes.
I was trying to raise my hand, but it wasn't there. So I just said, Lynn, unmute.
Exactly.
but oh, wow. This right here. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Anu. Thank you, Dr. Nicole. Thank all of you who have spoken up to this point, because this is what I cried out. I said, where is my damn money? Where is my assistance? Where is my source? I just asked that the other night, and you cannot. And I am so grateful for receiving my answer today. I knew my answer was coming. I didn't know where it was coming or how it was coming, but I knew it was coming, and it's here today. And I say thank you. From the point of this, Dr. Nicole asked me about going to a restaurant. That was me. I would go to a restaurant, and Terrence used to get so freaking mad at me. They'd be missing, the order be wrong. I just would eat it because I was scared. They're going to spit in my food. They're going to da-da-da-da-da. I don't want them to be mad at me because I'm overworking them. And he would be like, what the hell are you doing? Like, that's not what you paid for. Like, what the hell are you doing? And I didn't get it. I did not get it. But I got it today. I got it. I have it. I am not the only one who can plant a seed. I am not the only one that can serve others. Yes, I am the son, but it's time for me to receive the son from others. I am not lazy. I am not a taker. And I have people around me that are just as loyal as I am, that are just as pure, loving, giving as I am. I have them. And they are sitting there, open arms, waiting for me. They're there. They're already there. They've been there. I just was so looking at that one door of I'm the how, I'm the only, that I wasn't seeing the other doors. I see the doors, and I receive the doors. I see them and I receive them. You know, even with Dr. Nicole saying about her daughter and the cooking, I always tell my kids, because they cook, we all cook. And I always tell them, do not cook for me if you don't feel like doing it. Just tell me, I don't feel like doing it, because it don't taste the same. And I've seen it several times when they make a meal, like one of my sons make a meal that I just love the way he makes it. But when he's not in that mood, that thing tastes like crap. It's not that he can't cook or anything, it's just his energy wasn't there. And so I just, it's so much. It's so freaking much that I just received from this call. And I just thank y'all from the bottom of my heart. I cannot, I'm just having, I am having difficulty putting it in words. So I hope you can understand where I'm coming from and that you feel where I'm coming from, because I'm so freaking appreciative of you all. You guys are You guys are the evidence that I am not the only one. For so long, I've sat in the seat from a little girl thinking I had to provide and be that light for every freaking body. And I had to make sure that everybody was okay before I could be okay. And I'm letting that go. I am letting that go. My sons are lions. They are roaring, they are soaring, and so am I. And so am I. I no longer need to wear that hat. Thank you for being there for me for so long. The energy of sacrifice, the energy of lack. Thank you for being there for me. I so appreciate you protecting me. But we no longer need to sit in that seat any longer. We no longer need to sit in that seat. It is time for us to transform. It is time for us to transform into limitless. You've done a hell of a job, baby. And I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. We got to move. We got to move out of that space. You are no longer the only server. Look around. Your servers have appeared and they are showing you that you are not alone. So, baby girl, let's go. Take that coat off. It no longer fits you. And put on your new one. Ashe.
Yes! Yes, that part right there.
That gave me goosebumps. Oh my God.
Ashe. We feel you, sis. That's for sure. That's for sure. Yes. Love it. Love it. I was trying to think of this song. That's like fire. Fire. That was fire. That was fire. Yes. I'm so glad that you guys could relate to this experience and show up and share that you relate to it. Because I know I'm not alone. I know I'm not alone. And it's good sometimes to know that you're not alone. It's good to know you're not alone. So this has been amazing. Amazing. So thank you. I want to end saying this. I'm so glad I did not listen to that traditional training. That traditional training say when you are the life coach, you let them think that you're perfect. You never share your problem with people that you coach. Because when you share your problem with people that you coach, they think that you don't know what you're doing and you can't coach them. And that's the training that they give you. And I say, I'm sorry. I'm gonna share my shit because hopefully my shit will help somebody else. And I just believe that. And when I do it, you guys always show up and enforce that follow the spirit and not the teachers who told you not to do it. But follow the spirit. Share your story. This is my Bible. This is our Bible. This is the Bible being written. Because it's a living word. It didn't die. God is still moving. So this is my Bible. And this chapter is called You Reap What You Sow. That's what I'm going to title it.
Dr. Nicole said is scripture that when you bless someone, that the person you don't receive blessing from the one that you bless. It's going to come from somewhere else. That's in the Bible. I can't tell you where. You got to Google it, but it's there.
Ashe. 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 So thank you guys. This is so cool. I freaking love y'all. I freaking love you. Thank you so much for spending time with me in this space and sharing this. Good to see you, Dr. Wendy. I know I didn't get to see your face, but I do get to see you in here. And thank you, Shanice. And thank you, Marsha. Thank you all. Thank you all. I love you guys. Please, if you're watching this on Facebook, this is on Facebook. Share it, share it, share it. Somebody else might be in the same spot and don't even know they're there. Somebody else might be in the same spot and don't even know they're there. And somebody might be in the same spot and know they're there and don't know how to get out of there. So either way it goes, wherever they are, this video, I believe, will be able to help them. So please share. I love you guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.